You would not be wrong about that, Tony Stevens. And again, you see working kind of through that gate to turn one. Again, we are packed full here, ladies and gentlemen, in the pits. You can see all the trailers that has been brought forward with the Cards Tour being here, both the Pro Late models and the late model stocks. Pit area is so full that we have extended it to the outside here at turn one as you kind of drive in, as you did here if you're at the racetrack, or if you've never been here before. You'll kind of drive across the back end of turns 2 to turn 1, drive into the racetrack, and that's where you'll see the mini stocks that are lined up in the pit area to compete for tonight, and $1,000 on the line for this mini stock race. Going home the winner. If you're able to take home that top spot, you are going home with $1,000. So a great class to start off this incredible night of 5 different races that we'll be having at Ace Speedway tonight. We'll start with mini stocks. It'll be 30 laps. We'll move forward to Champ Karts for 20. And if you love some crazy racing, Champ Karts is definitely the place for that. You can see limited late models after that. We'll have 40 laps of limiteds, which has been some of the best racing that we've seen all year at Ace Speedway has come out of that limited late model division this year. And then, of course, late model stocks for 125 laps with Jonathan Schaefer on the pole. As you can see, all the necessary work going on to get everybody lined up in the proper order here to get these mini stocks rolling in the right direction. Again, the results of second round practice is what will set the lineup for this race tonight. As you can see them rolling along right there, car number 31. That first car that is on there, that is Mike Tucker, will be starting on pole. He ran a 17.857 in that second round of practice that seconded as qualifying. He was the only driver in that 17-second bracket. You can see right there, driver at the number 31, Michael Tucker, will be trying to hold on to that top spot for 30 laps in this one. Starting in second, the number 68 machine, that is Tyler Bush, 18.004 earlier in qualifying. He will start in that second position. A little further on back in the shot, you can see the number 90, that is Robert Stremiska, who will be starting in third. You can see that bright black and pink Ford Mustang for them, as a trio of Fords will lead us to the front of the field for this mini stock race at Ace Speedway. Starting in fourth, it'll be Chuck Ball, 18.020 seconds for car number 18. Fifth, we have the 35 of Johnny Baker. Mike Herron, we've seen him a number of times here at Ace Speedway this season in mini stock competition. He will be back out for us here. Car number 03, he'll be starting in sixth. Seventh will be car number 3. That is not 03, that is number 3 of Alan Hornaday. 18.251 is what he ran in practice. He'll start 8th. As a matter of fact, we'll go to the 00 of Mark Wilburn. Ninth will be the 10B of Jordan Brown. And Patrick Mullen, car number 39, will round out your top 10. Matt Wilburn in 11th in the 0, and the 2R machine, Carson Reed, will start in 12th, as you see it kind of refresh there on your screen. 30 laps set for us here at the famous 4/10 mile to get this long night of racing going. You can see them rolling behind the less expensive cars.com pace car. And we will be ready to go for 30 laps here. You can see the grandstands on the back straightaway as they scroll across your screen. Very full here at Ace Speedway as they will work their way into the Superior Trailer Restart Zone. Field in the hands of Michael Tucker. Green flag is out, and we are ready for 30 laps to get things kicked off here at Ace Speedway. You see a big launch there for Mike Tucker. Gets clear, and he will take the lead, but some good battling going on back here in the pack. Oh, a big slide for Tyler Busch. What a save, as they are now 3 wide further on back in the pack. A big moment off of turn number 4, and Tyler Busch, an amazing job of saving that race car, will keep this from further calamity. Let's see this battle for what is the 4th position. Johnny Baker and Tyler Busch, perhaps an issue there on car number 68. He is slowing off the pace into turn number 1. And he has come to a stop on the apron in turn 2, and that is going to bring out the caution. So Tyler Busch slow on the back straightaway. You can see he has since gotten that car rolling. And again, you saw a big slide on lap number 1 out of turn number 4 for Tyler Busch. Clearly something amiss on that number 68, as he will bring it down to the pits to the attention of the crew. Now, it makes it a little more difficult here. Typically, you would have in the infield all of the pits set up and parked in the infield, but things a little bit different here with so many cars filling up the infield here at Ace Speedway. So some of those trailers on the outside of the racetrack, so going to be a little bit of a different challenge for some of these local competitors to try and fix their race cars in the midst of this race. As you can see, they popped the hood off, doing an inspection there to see exactly what has befallen that Busch's automotive machine. You can see Tyler Busch in there trying to wave some commands there from the cockpit of his car. You can see some smoke billowing out the rear end of that machine. And unfortunately, I don't think that left-hand turn is good news for car number 68. As, yep, you see the wheel right there and some frustration for Tyler Busch. Unfortunate there, started second tonight and not how he wanted it to end. He is your points leader here at Ace Speedway, and it does not get any easier. You can see the helmet being thrown in the cockpit. Last time out, July 15th, the last time these cars ran, he finished in first. He finished second back on June 10th. So a tough break there for car number 68, your current point leader in mini stock. Early troubles there for the number 68, as we have completed 2 laps here at Ace Speedway tonight. Want to give a big shout out, and of course, if you are a coffee-loving person, there are not that many racetracks, at least that I've been to, that have a wide variety of coffee available, but you can get you some Big B coffee if perhaps you're feeling a little dreary-eyed tonight. We got a lot of racing tonight, so you start to get a little tired. Big B coffee to stand out here just behind turn 1. The grandstand's here on the front straightaway. You can get your Big B coffee. We exist to love people. You can find them at 1429 University Drive in Burlington. We appreciate their support of Ace Speedway, as Tucker once again in the Superior Trailer restart zone, and green flag is back out here on what would be officially lap number 3 if they can complete it. Down into turns 3 and 4 they go, side by side for the race lead. Tucker all the way on the bottom of the racetrack, just able to clear Chuck Wall. Perhaps not contact made down the front straightaway between your top 2. And Tucker able to hang on, as got a little bit of contact there from car number 18 of Chuck Wall. You can see side by side behind your 2 race leaders. Robert Strimska trying to make his way by in car number 90 there on the inside, as Heron goes way up the racetrack there in turn number 2. He's able to collect it up, but now they'll go side by side. Johnny Baker, and Heron gets turned. And more contact there. That is Alan Hornaday, who comes in and hits the 0-3. So the 3 car into the 0-3 off of turn number 4. And caution flag is out for the second time tonight. You see Heron there trying to get that car pointed in the right direction. See a little bit of the damage there on the grill of that 0-3 machine. after contact with Johnny Baker. Let's take another look at it. Great look here by our crew here at Pit Road TV, and you can see right there, Baker was on the inside of Mike Herron. He perhaps thought he'd be running down there on the apron. The contact was in the door of that 0-3. And honestly, that's kind of the harmless spin, but coming in a little bit late, that was Alan Hornaday that made the contact that probably did the most damage to that 0-3. So we run under our second caution flag of the night. 2 segments of 2 laps each is what we've been able to run in these mini stocks tonight. Very thankful for accelerated graphics. See a lot of cars on the racetrack that were no doubt wrapped by accelerated graphics, but they do everything. Graphics, signs, see them all around here at the Ace Speedway. Your local one-stop shop for all of your branding needs. We visit our friends at Accelerated Graphics. We appreciate their support of the famous 4/10 mile at Ace Speedway tonight. Another car has pulled down pit road. That is Carson Reed. See him right there on the bottom of your screen there for just a moment. You see him rolling along. We'll see if he makes the right-hand turn back onto the racetrack, and no, he's going to pull it down. So Carson Reed, another driver who has parked it here on pit road. So we started 13. And we are down to 11, and there you see a great shot of it right there. Smoke out of the hood of the number 2. And the gloves are off. I have to imagine that that's not a good sign. Perhaps going to throw that wheel up on the dash here in just a moment. So lights are off on the lessexpensivecars.com pace car. 4 laps is all that we've completed in this mini stock division. 30 laps for this one overall. We'll see if Wall and Tucker can put on a good battle at the front of the field. Great jump for Tucker. Perhaps too good of a jump, but it looks like everything is all clear right there through the Superior Trailer restart zone. Green flag back in the air. And Chuck Wall trying to reel in car number 31. Who is twice a victor, that car number 31 is, of Michael Tucker here at Ace Speedway this season. Right now seeing if he can make $1,000 on a beautiful Friday night in Altamaha, North Carolina. Off of turn number 4, contact further back in the field through 3 and 4. You see the 0 on the bottom is able to get by. That is Matt Wilburn, and another late dive right there by Alan Hornaday, able to grab that spot in the middle of 1 and 2. But I tell you what, car number 90 looking awfully sporty right now. Robert Strimsko right there down the back straightaway. One of the fastest cars on the racetrack. That last lap, 17.917, as this track continues to cool down, allowing these drivers to run just a little bit faster than what they were doing a little bit earlier, about 2 hours ago. The sun was draped over this racetrack. You can see that that is no longer the case. As we put a handful of laps behind us. See Mike Tucker, how smooth he is behind the wheel of that number 31 Ford. And that gap staying relatively even. Not a whole lot of gains for Wall or Strimska that last time. We'll see what it is within just a couple of thousandths of a second between Chuck Wall and Robert Strimska, your second and third place runners at the moment. way up the racetrack. You can see exiting much higher is car number 90 of Strymska, trying to reel in your race leaders. You see the rest of the field scrolling on by. And again, this is a great opportunity for Michael Tucker. Currently sits 10 points behind Tyler Busch, but has an opportunity to make up a lot of those tonight if he were to go to victory lane for what would now be the third time in 2022 at this racetrack. So Tucker trying to make up a lot here in race number 3, and he had some bad luck befall him on July 15th last time we were running. Was not able to finish that race. Created that 10-point gap with Tyler Busch. As you see, a good battle with Chuck Wall, currently 4th in your mini stock points here at Ace Speedway. Has gotten a handful of podiums here this year. Finished 2nd to that 68 of Tyler Busch last time on July 15th, but a great run off of turn 4, a little loose is the 90 of Strymska, but doing a solid job trying to run down car number 18. As they work off to the corner, this is your best battle on the racetrack with Tucker able to pull away these last number of laps, and now Strymska will look to the inside into turn 1, but just not quite able to keep that momentum up. And now they go side by side down the back straightaway. The famous 4/10 mile, all the way on the bottom, way down to the apron is Strymska. You can see he's fighting that car, but he's able to get the spot. Move Strymska up into 2nd. So the handling's perhaps starting to go away on car number 18. Strymska able to make his way by for 2nd. Chuck Wall right now will settle for 3rd. Don't forget about Johnny Baker back there in 4th, though. Run some lap times that are comparable to Chuck Wall these last couple of trips around. You see a little bit of lap traffic that'll come into play here for your top 3 runners. You can see car number 12 right there goes a lap down. Jamie Orange right now currently running in 9th. Goes behind your race leaders. Strymska able to get by without issue. It looks like Chuck Wall all the way down on the apron of this racetrack able to do just the same. So 9 laps here to go at Ace. Michael Tucker looking to get his 3rd win of 2022 here at Ace Speedway. Strymska, golly, he is high off of turn 4. He is making it work. But man, is he getting close to that wall, getting close to that kind of the runoff, the marbles, the rubber that is up there at the top of the racetrack. He is getting awfully close to that. You see very smooth, making it look easy right now is Michael Tucker right there, who has just a couple trips around this racetrack to take down the first win of the Puryear Tank Lines 225. Caution is out. Car is slow off of turn 2. You can see it parked down there at the bottom. That is the 00 of Mark Wilburn running into an issue and did not feel as though he could get around safely. As you can see, the pace car ready to pick them up, so perhaps a little bit of a wrinkle here late in the going at Ace Speedway with 7 laps to go. We'll bunch this field back up for our 3rd caution flag of the night. See Wilburn trying to do some work there in that race car, but I think he is looking at exiting that machine for the time being. And there you can see it. Yeah, helmet comes off. So Mark Wilburn, unfortunate here. Finished 3rd back in our season opener all the way back on April 1st. Hard to imagine that it's been over 4 months since we ran that race. Currently tied with Chuck Wall for 4th in the mini stock points here at Ace Speedway, but It's definitely not going to help matters, as Wilburn will exit his race car here in a couple of moments. See if we can't get things going back. A couple of DNFs. We mentioned earlier Carson Reed, Alan Hornaday, Tyler Bush. We also had Jordan Brown pull off the racetrack. The 10B he's completed 18 laps in that 10th position, and Matt Wilburn perhaps will join him. You see the helmet still off for his machine. Appreciate Sparks Oil Company, Sunoco, the official Sunoco race fuel supplier of Ace Speedway. Sparks Oil Company. See many of the Sunoco flags out here on the grandstands. We appreciate their support of this racetrack and making these cars go around. Sunoco fueling victories at this racetrack all season long. So you can see the remaining field here in mini stock scrolling across your screen. Next up is Champ Carts, so call down to the pits. We'll get those carts lined up. We'll get them ready to go for 20 laps here at Ace Speedway before a limited late model competition. We'll round up our 3 local divisions that we're running here tonight on top of the Cars Tour tonight. So a lot of racing. Again, if you're a race fan, I can't think of a better place to be. So much racing going on here tonight at Ace Speedway. Again, over 200, well over 200 laps and more of late models that you'll be able to see tonight. So if you are a late model fan, this is the place to be. As we are live on Cars Tour TV and Pit Row TV tonight. Have our wonderful broadcast crew here. There you can see the Wilburn machine being left off of the racetrack. You can see the marks he left trying to get that car down to the bottom and out of harm's way. Hoping that if that car was leaking some fluids to try to keep it out of the racing groove. As it looks like with that car out, looks like everything to the liking of the track officials here. Lights are still on the less expensive cars.com pace car. And I think Tony Stevens was talking about a little bit earlier, the great seats that you can get around this racetrack, and perhaps some of the best seating in this racetrack is through turns 3 and 4. You can really see all of these race cars, how tight the radius of the corner is here at Ace Speedway. These long straightaways, these cars really barrel down in there. And get later on, especially in late models, you'll be able to see those brake rotors glowing so brightly into turn 3 and perhaps that VIP section in turn 4, but anywhere through that section of the racetrack, one of the best places to watch. The fans are able to get up relatively close for a good bird's eye view of this Ace Speedway. You can also see cars choosing their line. As we have the Larry Walker and Sons restart cone out there, you can see majority of the field, as well as Michael Tucker will choose to go to the inside line. And it's, especially here in these mini stocks, you have to imagine that'll be the preferred groove around this racetrack. These divisions get to choose whether they want to be on the inside or outside to try to make up some rows. Work their way to the Superior Trailer restart zone. Tucker got a great launch last time. Not as great this time, though. Chuck Wall is there and perhaps will have a run into turn number 1. Green flag is back out. He'll cut down in front of Strimska right there. very close, as Chuck Wall, I think, knows that this may be his last chance at it before he can let car number 31 get away. But perhaps that is tough. Almost into the wall is Chuck Wall. And now a good battle for second. Through turns 1 and 2, Stremska into the 18, perhaps a bump, a nudge, but just some good short track racing right there. Stremska all the way down, sideways off the corner. You can see he's trying to make that apron work for him, but it is tough when you get off the corner. That banking transition, not in accordance with what that race car wants to do. As you can see, Heron right behind him, running in 4th. Took a little bit of a defensive line into turn 3 to try and hold off the number 35 of Baker. But another good run here. It is not over yet for car number 90. 4 laps to go. It'll be 3 when they get to the stripe this time. Stremska once again on the apron. This time it works for him. Side by side, they go for second. Stremska up the racetrack. Wall has to get out of it to stay out of the wall, no pun intended. And so a great drive there for car number 90, as he is able to run way down there, all 4 tires beneath that yellow line to be able to get away. Brandon Willard gives us the 2 to go signal, and he'll be displaying the white flag this time for Michael Tucker out of turn number 4. One more trip around, just 4/10 of a mile left for car number 31. A big night to make up some points for Michael Tucker with the issues befalling Tyler Busch. And he's going to do it right here on Pit Road TV. Out of turn number 4, Michael Tucker, your mini stock winner tonight at Ace Speedway. Second is Robert Stremska. Third is Chuck Wall. And that has got to be a happy driver there in the 31. After that late restart, is able to hold on to it. And Michael Tucker, for the 3rd time in 2022, will go to victory lane here at Ace Speedway.
I'll make sure you're set. All right.
As we can see right here, Michael Tucker, a 3rd-time winner here at Ace Speedway. Whenever you're ready, Michael. You can let them lift up victory lane. Michael Tucker, your winner tonight for mini stocks for the 3rd time in 2022 at Ace Speedway. Great looking car, a lot of speed in that race car, Michael, but 3 times a winner and perhaps even a shot at the points lead with Tyler Busch's issues. How's it feel after tonight?
Yeah, I hate he had problems. We had problems last week when we ran, and guys behind in points a little bit. We're just here to try to win races. Points come at the end of the year, so thank all these fans for coming out. Robert and Jason for keeping this track running every week, and man, this thing was awesome.
It certainly was. The fans on Pit Road TV enjoyed it quite a bit, and we congratulate you. Good win tonight, Michael.
Thank you. Tucker Sun Side and Windows, Boondocks, Randy Freeze for one awesome motor.
All right, thank you very much, Michael. Your winner tonight in mini stock in our first of 5 races here at Ace Speedway. As we catch up here, some handshakes going on here. Robert, great battle that you had there for second for Chuck Wall. And I got to ask you about this line through 3 and 4. I love that you're able to run the apron. What is it about that line that really makes this car go?
It just turns really good down there. My car's a little tight center and really loose off, so I was trying to make it turn so I can get to the gas a little bit sooner and try to use the grip and use more track.
All right, well, thank you very much, Robert, tonight. Second place runner in mini stock here at Ace Speedway, as we will catch up here with Chuck Wall for just a moment as they are checking everything. And Chuck Wall here, a great battle there for second, ends up in third, but a solid run for this 18 car.
Oh, yeah, I got to thank Adam for coming down and helping me, family and all supporting me, letting me come race. I got to thank my sponsors, Greg with Greg Butcher Trucking, Randy building me a heck of a piece underneath the hood, Adam with John Baker Plumbing, and Jimmy and Teresa with J&T Services, and thanks to Track for having us.
A big crowd here tonight at Ace Speedway sees Chuck Wall go third tonight here at Ace Speedway as we will continue with our local divisions tonight. Champ Karts, I believe.